Let's talk about the new IT rules. Well, I have a good news for you. You are not alone with these new rules. Now you are with countries like China and North Korea. Am I in China? Or North Korea? Seems like Uttar Pradesh. And before I start this video, I have one request from you. Not to subscribe to this channel, but fucking raise your voice. This is not the time to stay silent. Please know what your rights are. Even on social media, you saw people putting up posts like buy Facebook, buy Twitter, buy WhatsApp, whatever. But that was fake news that these apps are going to be banned. But that's not the point. It was weird how people just accepted that these apps are going to be banned. Like, just accepted it. Arey, why? Why would you just accept it? It's your right. You have to speak up and you should speak up. India is still a democracy. Well, flawed democracy. Or elected autocracy. But you don't know what's going to happen in the future. So please right now speak up. You might not get this chance in the future. Just don't accept whatever the government throws at you. You have the right to speak up and use this right of yours. And I know I'm saying this again and again. It's my humble request. Please speak up. It's your right. Otherwise, India is going to become like China. And you know how much Indians hate China. Well, after Radhe, I guess. And share this video as much as possible so that people know what they're dealing with. Now, one big question. Do these social media companies need to be regulated? Short answer, yes. Do these new IT rules do that job? No, not much. These rules were issued without legislative process and open consultation. These rules didn't care about privacy and just expanded legislative powers. So these new IT rules, basically if companies like Twitter, Facebook, WhatsApp don't comply with them, they won't get banned. But they will lose the status of an intermediary. So before, if someone put something on social media, the company was just a mediator. In case someone put up something offensive on social media, then the company would say that that's not my thing. I'm just a mediator. I'm out of this. But these new rules, if these companies don't comply with them, then they will lose this status of intermediary. Then after that, if something offensive is put up on social media, then an action can be taken against the company itself. They will be liable. Criminal charges could be put on them, which they were safe from back in time. So the solution is very simple, right? Just comply with the rules, isn't it? Well, the issue starts here. The new IT rules are violative of freedom of speech and right to privacy. So complying with the new rules, the companies have to go against their own policies of freedom of speech and right to privacy. So right now they're caught up with what they stand for and these new IT rules. They don't want to curb freedom of speech and right to privacy, and at the same time they don't want any liability on them. Obviously. These new rules broadly revolve around combating fake news, which is really ironic coming from this government and their track record with fake news. Facts are something which really hasn't gone hand in hand with the Modi government. As Vivek Agnihotri says,
who said facts are facts?
Exactly. Facts aren't facts. These new rules also revolve around national security, offensive content, and protection of integrity and sovereignty of the nation. These are like some broad terms and don't have a very clear definition. Matlab under national security, integrity and sovereignty kuch bhi pel do. We have seen the misuse of UAPA and NSA and how the people are still in jail without any proof. You might order Szechuan fried rice and you might be called Xi Jinping or sometimes Kim Jong.
China ka jo Pradhan Mantri hai, Kim Jong.
You never know. This is new India. So now the government can ask the social media companies to remove posts which they find are fake news. Right now, everything for the government is fake news, whether be it manipulated media of that Congress toolkit or the New York Times report on actual COVID death toll of India or Sambit Patra reading 50 Shades of Grey. And other posts which are offensive and degrading the integrity and sovereignty of the nation. And the companies like Twitter, Facebook, Google, which also includes YouTube, will have to comply to it irrespective of it being fake or no. The government says it, you have to remove them. And all this is going to lead to government censorship, just like China.
Who said facts are facts?
Twitter too said that it is concerned with freedom of speech with the new IT rules. Now mind you, in 2008, the UPA government tried to get the similar laws. But the Supreme Court at that moment of time struck it down, saying that it is violative of freedom of speech. Abhi kya hota hai pata nahi bhai. Now let's come to the topic which is going to affect everybody. WhatsApp. I remember making a video where I said I wouldn't be deleting WhatsApp, but if these new IT rules are implemented by WhatsApp, then gaaliyan wagera on WhatsApp I won't be giving the government for sure. I'll come on YouTube and give it openly.
Who said facts are facts?
So now WhatsApp has to comply with traceability. So if the government feels that some message is fake news, but there are some other genuine concerns like illegal content or child pornography, so now WhatsApp will have to trace that message or video back to the originator, which experts say is next to impossible because of some other issues, which I will leave a link to in the description. Kindly go and have a read over there. But other than that, this traceability factor is going to end end-to-end encryption, which we all are protected by, so that no one can read our chats. So if end-to-end encryption is gone, our privacy is gone, people can see our messages. So if the government feels that this is a national security concern and integrity and sovereignty and fake news and all this nonsense, your privacy basically finish. Zyada much kiya na, direct jail. I will be there inside with Sudhir ji, I guess.
इस मामले में दोनों संपादक जेल भी जा चुके हैं।
WhatsApp too sued the government on these new IT rules, saying that they are violative of right to privacy. In 2017, the Supreme Court upheld right to privacy as a fundamental right. And now Ravi Shankar Prasad, the Law Minister of India, is saying right to privacy is not absolute. मतलब तुम जाओ भाड़ में, we will do what we want. समझे क्या?
Who said facts are facts?
The ironic part is that BJP used social media and WhatsApp and all these things to win elections in 2014 as well as 2019. But now, since they have crossed the bridge of this social media, they aren't breaking the bridge, but they're putting bhakts on the bridge. Basically, the new IT rules are unconstitutional and they're violative of freedom of speech and right to privacy. And I hope the Supreme Court strikes it down. I just hope. I have a little hope since S.A. Bobde has left. Maybe I'm being too hopeful with Ramanna, but I just hope it strikes it down because it is unconstitutional. But whether they strike it down or no, public, you all, raise your voice, especially the people who are apolitical, who say that, no, I'm not interested in politics. If we don't look at it now, everything is going to turn back and bite us in the ass. Even the bhakts. But they won't realize it now. Or maybe ever. But I hope they do realize it someday. And this is one more lesson in your book on how to form a dictatorship. Hope you have learnt a lot.
Who said facts are facts?